So after I left, helping in some very, very small way in the hurricane relief, some of you might be wondering why I'm not sure what's happening here, are, are in Tennessee. And why I decided to stay here for 2 days before making my way to Nashville. So it's because of Garth Brooks. When I was a very young reporter, and my friend and esteemed entertainment reporter and weather person, Kathy Donovan, now an expert in kindness, we had to share a cameraman. So I was so junior, and what was going to happen is that she had to go interview Garth Brooks, and it was during the Friends in Low Places tour. He was just a megastar at that point. I had nosebleed seats because my daughter's dad and I had rarely extra money to spend on things. And as it turned out, I had to, I think, go cover a city council meeting or a school board meeting or something like that after. So she said, why don't you come with me to the Garth Brooks interview, and then you can go with the cameraman further on. Talk about stealing the spotlight, this guy, right? So I couldn't believe my good fortune. I literally could not believe my good fortune. At that point, I was just, well, I still am a huge fan. So we went to what was then known as the Civic Center, where I eventually lived at Lansdowne Park in a high rise until very recently. And in walked Garth Brooks. Kathy Donovan was just so smooth and so professional, and meanwhile, I could barely speak. So I don't remember a whole lot about what happened because I was just so captivated and grateful for my good fortune. But I do know that he made me a coffee. I don't even think I drank coffee at the time, but he asked me if I wanted a coffee. And I do remember that he had his show shirt on and that he was wearing sweatpants on the bottom and made a joke about not wanting to put on the jeans until he really had to. And he made me a coffee. Here I am, probably 23 years old, maybe 24. I must have been 24. And Garth Brooks made me a coffee. And then he sat down to do the interview with Kathy Donovan, and then he offered me tickets, which probably would have been backstage tickets. And because I was trying to be a big journalist, I said, oh, no, I have tickets, not saying that they were in the 300 section way up in the rafters. And trust me, my now ex-husband was not happy with me about that decision in life. But I said, no, I have purchased tickets to your show. So when I saw the documentary about how Trisha and Garth made Friends in Low Places on Broadway in Nashville, that's where I'm going tomorrow. Because if I can do nothing more than to buy dinner and a coffee to pay him back for being so kind to a junior reporter in a city called Ottawa, you know, I'm just a fan, and I'm a fan of how the two of them try to rise up and try to raise others up on their journey. And if I can just go there, I cannot camp like this in Nashville, so I am getting a hotel room for the night or two because I just need to go. And I just think that the two of them are trying to make the world a better place, and they made my world a better place when I was young and didn't have a lot of experience in the industry. And I will never forget how that man made me a coffee. Some little kid in a city he was just passing through, and he made me a coffee. So I'm gonna go buy a coffee at Friends in Low Places at their new restaurant. And that's why I'm in Tennessee, because of Garth Brooks. So we are at the Knoxville market that is Wednesdays and I think Saturdays, might be Sunday, but I know it's Wednesdays. We came here just for this because they advertise as a pet-friendly city. So the very first store that we came across coming out of the parking garage, travel water bottle for Buddy, and pumpkin stuff for his digestive. He's still not adjusting to some new foods, and some chicken rice recipe. I have not purchased anything for myself. If you're from Ottawa, this reminds me very much of Spark Street, and they have this market up, and it's just beautiful. Now, no dogs can go in the food part of it, but there's the sign there, but lots of dogs, and it's just stunning. It's a really good use of a public space here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I'm delighted that we came. It's very relaxing. The sun is just not October for this Canadian gal, and just lots of fun things to see. Oh, there's another little guy. Oh, Buddy's gone over to say hi. Good morning. We are at Dollywood, which is nestled there. I will show you the photo, the one photo that I took of the entrance as we passed by, because we're not going in. Two reasons. One, it's $95, and I wouldn't be comfortable leaving Buddy in the car for more than an hour. The weather here is good enough for that, but I'm just not comfortable with that. They do have pet babysitting, but when I read more online, he would be in a cage, and I don't know much about Buddy's rescue situation before he came to me, but I'm not comfortable putting him in a cage anyway. And for $95 for an hour, plus that fee, plus the $25 for parking, it's a little much. So we decided to go to Knoxville, because on Wednesdays they have an outdoor market, but also Knoxville touts itself as Barksville, the most friendly dog city in the United States. So that's where we're off to today, and I wanted to come here because you all know I love Dolly Parton. I love what she stands for and how she has managed a business that is hard, and just a beautiful human being. But we're not staying.